Hi, so I'm here with Sinead. We are going to be talking about foundation on the skin, and just all the issues that some of us have when it comes to foundation. I don't know what Sinead's issues are with foundation, if she has any. So we're literally going to have a very fresh conversation today, right, Sinead?
Yeah,
Sinead's background is magazine. What are you, beauty editor?
I'm a beauty editor.
Beauty editor.
Yeah, I know. It's exciting. We get to test and explore a lot of different products, which sometimes can make life a little bit more confusing. But I think hopefully that will lead me to ask the right questions today.
Yes, exactly.
And yeah, I'm
very honored. I'm very honored, by the way, to have a beauty editor, because trying to get hold of a beauty editor for any magazine, what's it, Grazia?
I was with Grazia, Women's Health, but now Modern Beauty.
Modern Beauty, you know, these people are elusive, especially when you're desperately trying to get some PR. So I'm really happy to have you here. And I'm particularly excited about the fact that you're a beauty editor, which means that you try a lot of products, that you're aware of many launches and new products. And I just want to ask you a few questions, just some basic questions. So first of all, are you wearing makeup now?
I am wearing makeup today. So I've actually put on a little bit more makeup than I would usually wear. I have obviously my tinted SPF. I go nowhere without my SPF.
Okay.
I have a foundation on.
Okay.
I think I skipped concealer this morning because I did foundation. Usually I would just do tinted SPF and concealer.
Okay.
I have
tinted SPF and concealer. No foundation.
No foundation.
Why?
Usually. One, I'm lazy.
Okay.
But two, I don't like the feel of too much heavy foundation, especially when it's hot.
Yes.
So I think an SPF gives you that little bit, well, the tinted SPF gives me that glow that I need, and obviously the sun protection. And then I just did a little bit of mascara, liquid liner, and some eyeshadow.
Yeah. And so normally, do you wear lots of makeup?
I used to really enjoy makeup. I think the past couple of years we've kind of fallen out of the habit, which is sad. But I am seeing this resurgence of makeup again as we kind of start emerging from our houses and start, entering into the world, which I think is really exciting. I have plenty of palettes, as I'm sure you can imagine, and I wish I had more occasions to wear them too, if I'm honest.
More occasions to wear all that makeup too.
Yep.
So, I mean, that just makes me think about the whole idea of buying a lot of makeup and having a lot of makeup. And of course, this is quite a saturated market. There are so many brands, so many products out there. And if you're not really into makeup, or even if you are into makeup, you end up with so much stuff. What do you think about all of that stuff?
Listen, I was very lucky to be in Dubai last week. And of course, whenever I'm there, one of the first places I have to visit, the Holy Grail, Sephora. And I just found, I don't know if it's because I haven't, been going in regularly or what it was, but I walked in, there were so many brands, there were so many options, there were so many things to fall in love with. And I felt completely overwhelmed that I turned around and walked out. And I just thought, I'm someone that kind of knows a little bit about the industry and knows what to look for and knows I think I know what suits me. And I was overwhelmed. So yes, there is so much out there. And I think we need to kind of dial things back to kind of multi-purpose products, what actually works for me, and some education around how to discover that and find it, I think is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because walking into a big beauty department store, it's incredible, it's amazing, it's so sensorial, but there's just too much.
Yes,
there's just too much.
There's just too much. And I imagine that, I haven't been makeup shopping for years because, of course, I've got
Why would you?
But, I can just imagine that so many amazing products get sort of lost in the ether because there's so much to choose from. So one of the things that I think of is, especially when it comes to foundation, you've got to try to decide or understand what it is that you actually want out of a foundation. I heard you say earlier that you don't like the heaviness, and heaviness is one of the reasons that we created our Loves You Back 3-in-1 foundation, because that feeling that you've got a ton of makeup on and you kind of walk around your day and you're always wondering, has it moved? Has it shifted? Do I still look all right?
Is it on my collar? Have I touched something?
Exactly.
Have I smudged it?
Exactly. So, and the beautiful thing about our foundation is that you literally forget that you've got it on because There are no fillers in it.
Okay.
There are no preservatives in it, but I'm going to stick. There are many benefits to our foundation, but I'm just going to try to focus on one thing at a time. So in terms of the heaviness, which is what you said, is one of your problems with foundation. Our foundations have no fillers. So many foundations have got things like talc, or there are other ingredients that fill them out, that bulk them out. And those bulking out products, ingredients, are the ones that create that mask finish and the heaviness. So then you might say, well, if there are no fillers and that's the stuff that gives coverage, then how does your foundation work? Well, the beauty of our foundation is that we have focused on the color pigments. So it's pure mineral crushed color pigments. So you might think it's a powder. It's not powdery. It is pure crushed pigments. So what happens is that each dip of your brush into it gives you the undiluted, concentrated color. So you can just dab down and the coverage is absolutely amazing without that filler. And the lightness. And so you don't feel like there's anything on, but you have coverage. It's like magic.
Well, I'm liking what I hear so far.
So, I mean, one of the things that you were telling me that you do now, other than beauty editing, is you have a beauty box.
I do. So kind of squeezed some lemons out of getting COVID and sat down at my desk and finally sat down and wrote the business proposal that I've been wanting to do for years.
Yes.
And so Glossable was born. Glossable is a cruelty-free beauty box service.
Right.
And we curate our boxes monthly. We have a mix of different skincare and makeup products, a lot of hair care as well. And it's just a nice way for our members to discover new brands, especially local beauty. We are so passionate about local beauty and skincare. And to kind of, it's a way for them to, what I'm really trying to do is eliminate that standing in the beauty aisle and not knowing where to go. Exactly. So it's an exciting new little project for me.
That's brilliant. I was really excited when you said that it was going to help a lot of Gen Zs, for example, experience new products without the massive spend. And as you said, that overwhelming feeling when you go into these beauty stores and not knowing what you want to purchase, I think that's a really brilliant way of introducing product to them.
Totally. I've done that so many times myself, where I've been sold a foundation. It looks amazing in the store. It feels great. And you wear it for 2 days and you think, it's separating, or it's the wrong shade, or something's gone wrong. And, if I'm parting with my hard-earned cash, I want it to work for me.
Absolutely.
So this is hopefully one little way to solve that.
Well, so onto the product. I just want to show you guys our range of foundations and the care that we've taken in creating this range. Now, there are 12 shades. This is in the beige range, in the caramel range, and in the cocoa range. And these 12 shades, I know that most beauty brands these days have all got, 40 plus shades. And everyone thinks 12 shades, how's that going to work? But it works because each one of these is adaptable and blendable. So because there are no fillers, there are no hard lines with our foundation, you will find that the caramel one, for example, which is my shade, it doesn't look like it when you go anywhere near it like that. But that is my shade because once you dab it down with the flat blending brush, it's absolutely magical. So when people ask, how do I find out what shade I am? The beautiful thing about what our philosophy is that, and the fact that we have actually physically color matched over 50,000 faces.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's a lot of faces.
We are happy for you to send in your selfies and we will tell you what your shade is.
Oh, okay.
And if we get it wrong, when we hardly ever get it wrong, we're 99% right. But if we get it wrong, we will continue to send you the shades until we get your shade right, because it is our passion that you try this.
Well, that's such an important part of foundation, right? No one wants to look like they're wearing it. I mean, I think even that super caked look, it's going, right? I mean, it was here for a minute and it's gone. But it's important that it's just that base to start your, it's the beginning of the canvas. It's kind of there to sort of even out imperfections. And so there's nothing worse than a mixed matched shade, foundation shade to skin. It's just,
absolutely,
you're starting
you just
off
look
wrong.
ridiculous. You just
do.
look ridiculous. And so no matter what you do with your eyes, no matter what you do with your lips, you'll just look very pasty and all wrong. So we're very, very passionate about getting the right base on you and helping people understand how to make the most of our pure mineral foundation.
Okay, so one of the main things that we've been talking about is that it's preservative free. I know preservatives aren't good in food, but what do they do to my skin? Why shouldn't my foundation have preservatives?
Well, the thing is that for example, I used to, now I don't, have severe acne. Severe.
Okay.
So I didn't have a spot or two. Recently I had major hormonal acne under my chin, so bad that you can barely touch your face without the pain, right? So when you think about that and you think about a person who lives with particularly sensitive skin or, severe acne or psoriasis or eczema or any other highly skin condition that can be easily agitated, am I not allowed to go on a date then when I've got severe acne moment? No, I want to still go out. I want to have confidence when I'm in a meeting and not think that everyone's looking at my massive sores, right? So what I found and what we found, and when my sister was formulating all of these products, was that some of those preservatives are the things that cause further irritation, right? So how do we create a product that doesn't need to have a preservative in it? Because surely then it's going to grow bacteria, right? But this is the most amazing thing about it. Because they are loose powders and they are inorganic mineral powders, they do not grow bacteria.
Okay.
You see, but if they were a pressed powder with a binder in it, a wax, you would have to put a preservative in it. If it was a liquid with aqua water in it, of course you have to put a preservative in it. So the fact that they are loose powders is part of the magic of being preservative free. So that preservative free aspect is one of the main reasons why somebody with severe acne, when people ask us, is it really acne free? Is it truly acne friendly? And you think, yeah, right, any minute now I'll put this on my face and my whole face is going to explode. No, the good mineral loves you back 3-in-1 powder foundation. In fact, all of our products in the range are 100% acne friendly. We have got customers who have got severe eczema and psoriasis, and they absolutely love this product because there's no preservatives in it.
So I've learned something because I struggle with eczema, and I've always known to sort of avoid anything with fragrance, but I haven't even considered preservatives. So thank you. That's a really good thing to know.
So then the other thing about it and about sensitive skin and so on is the flat blending brush. This flat blending brush and the method that we show you how to use it is also part of that taking care of sensitive skin, because when you dip the brush into the powder and you apply it to your face, you do it in this gentle dabbing down motion. And because the powders don't have fillers and don't create any hard lines, you don't need to rub to create a smooth combination with your skin. You can just dab down. So we've thought about your sensitive skin, not just in the ingredients, but also in the application of. Sometimes I see other clean beauty brands or clean makeup brands, and they show how somebody puts the stuff on their fingers and start rubbing their faces. And I look and I think, if I was in my severe acne state and I rubbed my face like that, it would be all over. I'd be finished.
But for wrinkles, for preventative measures of wrinkles as well, right? I mean, the worst is we all want to take our eye and do the eyeliner, and it's like, if you do that every day of your life, it's going to cause creases. So this seems like a really cool little tool.
Yes. So we've talked about the fillers, no fillers. So that's going to take care of the heaviness and that feeling of heaviness. The no fillers also takes care of the fact that the foundation doesn't look like a mask and it still just looks like your skin.
Okay.
Right? And then we've talked about the preservatives, which really works on any sensitive skin. And in general, even if you haven't got sensitive skin, why would you want to, you know, plaster on so much stuff on your face, right? And so what else?
So one thing I want to ask, and I know we've sort of touched it now with sensitive skin being a type or being a skin concern, but for me, I have very dry skin, very dehydrated skin. And so if you say powder to me, my body sort of like shrinks up already. I feel like I'm already dehydrated. How does this work for a drier, less oily prone skin?
Right. So amazing question. I'm so glad you asked this question because we get this all the time. I've got really dry skin, and if I put a powder on it, it's going to make it look drier.
Yeah.
Wow, guys, I want to explain something to you. This is not talc.
Okay.
Powder that you think of as powder is stuff like talc, which soaks up oils. The good mineral, our formulations are of pure crushed mineral pigments. They will sit on the surface of your skin and not penetrate your skin, so completely not not pore clogging, and they will not sit there soaking up all of your oils. Your face is perfectly fine, and because there are no fillers, it just leaves color.
Sure. Okay.
Do you understand? So it just leaves color and coverage rather than doing any kind of work on your skin. It's not soaking up oils. It's not penetrating into your skin to solve any problems, which of course is terrible. And so one of the things, so that just leads me to say that all of the ingredients are non-nanoparticles. So they do not penetrate your skin.
Okay.
Also amazing for sensitive skin and putting makeup on raw acne, for example.
Yeah.
There's none of that penetration. It's only protective barrier. So you get physical SPF, plenty of it, because the product just sits on the surface and reflects all the bad rays, the titanium dioxide, the zinc oxide that's in it. These are all naturally occurring minerals. That zinc oxide is anti-inflammatory. It calms down your skin if you've got any agitation. So overall, when people joke, oh my God, I sleep in my minerals, it's actually not that
well, that's fine.
It's not that
No, I'm sorry. As a beauty editor, I cannot
agree
be
with
okay with anyone sleeping with their makeup on.
Yeah, but I'm a lazy. I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw my video earlier, but you know, I can do things like that. But I'm not saying you should, but I'm just saying
It wouldn't
that
be the worst
real the real issues that people have with other makeup. We were having a live the other day on Instagram talking to another beauty enthusiast, and she was telling me, because I'd sent her some of our product and she'd been using it for about 3 weeks. It was a struggle for her to use it, having been really a liquid foundation kind of girl, but she forced herself because she's my friend and said, I've got to use it because Edgar's told me, but then discovered, because it's a transition to go from liquid to powder,
Totally.
right? So then she discovered, she went to get her facial, and her facialist said, oh my God, your skin is amazing. Thank you for not wearing all that makeup. And she goes, oh, but I was wearing the makeup.
Okay.
Because the facialist is always complaining that her pores are clogged with makeup, but no clogged makeup. And that was a major aha moment for her when she realized that this makeup is actually 10 times better for my skin.
Yeah.
So if you have dry skin, don't worry. The minerals sit on the surface and they melt down and they just give you a nice protective, reflective barrier on your skin. And if you give it a minute to just warm up, it'll be perfect. It will not dry you out any further.
So still continue with your skin routine as normal.
Yes.
And then obviously finish with your mineral powder.
Yes.
Okay.
Except please do not apply your mineral powder on wet product. So if you've just put moisturizer, let it absorb, let it dry. Don't sort of use your flat blending brush, which should always be clean, You don't want your nice clean flat blending brush going into any cream on your face and then going back into your powder jar.
Okay.
You know, you want to keep your skin should be more or less dry and clean, and then just dab down.
Wonderful. And just before we wrap up, I know you've got an amazing tip on cleaning brushes, which as a beauty editor, I also want everyone to be doing regularly. So give us your handy little tip, please.
So my handy little tip is I don't wash my brush with soap and water more than once a month. And then when you're doing that, you would just literally put a little bit of your liquid soap and swirl your brush in it with a bit of warm water and squeeze out all the soap. But in between my monthly washes, I wipe my brush through with rubbing alcohol. 91% rubbing alcohol, preferably pure alcohol, no other oils and things mixed into it. And I just wipe my brush through regularly every other day. Or if I just feel that my skin is particularly sensitive and I don't want to agitate it in any way with anything, I'll just wipe my brush through with rubbing alcohol. Of course, it dries almost instantaneously.
Yeah, that's the genius part.
So it's ready for use within, 2 minutes of doing that. Kills off all the bacteria on your brushes. Doesn't take all the color off, but it will kill off the bacteria. It's ready for use straight away, and you can go for it and know that your brushes are not going to be causing you any further issues.
Well, thank you. I have learned tons, and you may have converted me from the liquid foundations.
Well, we're gonna see. I always love it when it's a natural and a real and an honest experience of our product. So I'm going to wipe your face clean with a very nice sensitive skin makeup remover, and then we're going to apply the good mineral. So this is the before.
Yeah, this is the before. And hopefully you're about to see a major transformation.
Major? She's beautiful. Hi, everyone. So we've just taken Sinead's makeup off. We've left a little bit of eyeliner, haven't we? But otherwise, skin. Just show us skin.
Skin is all off. No foundation.
And how does it feel? Touch your face. How does your face feel?
My face always feels dry without anything on. I just have a very dehydrated, dry skin, as I mentioned earlier. But I generally battle with a lot of redness on the T-zone, more so than any sort of pigmentation or anything like that. So that's kind of where I like to have the heavier coverage.
Yes.
But yeah, let's see. I'm excited.
So I'm just here wiping my brushes through with rubbing alcohol so that you can see I literally used this brush earlier on my shade, and now I'm going to use it on Sinead's shade, which is much lighter, but it just goes to show how effective rubbing alcohol can be. So the brush is clean, and I also know that it's nicely disinfected, and I'm very happy to go ahead and use it and still get the right color match. So here we go, guys. So have you ever used this product before?
Never. Sadly not.
What do you think's gonna happen? You're an anti-powder person.
I'm thinking I'm gonna feel tight and dry, and yeah, I'm thinking it's not gonna spread over my dry skin.
Wow.
That's my
hypothesis.
There you go.
So
that's your challenge.
That's my challenge, and I'm hoping to goodness that we are going to succeed in this. So first things first, we need to color match you, right? So I'm going straight into the beige section. You've got some brown and some yellow in your tone. So I'm going to try for beige too and see what happens. So here's our jar. It's the powder. It's the powder. Let me just take that sticker off so you can see what it looks like. There you go. We've got the powder that's sitting in a mesh in this nice little bowl, which really works because you've got the stopper so that when it presses down, it keeps your powder in place. And then when you open it up, there's the powder in the mesh, which is really cool.
So first of all, I'm super impressed by how clean and unmessy it is, because as a liquid foundation girl, that bottle can get messy.
Right.
So this is already kind of one up.
Right. And then the other thing just on that note, which is quite interesting, is that if you're 2 shades of foundation, and we often are 2 shades of foundation, aren't we? Because we fluctuate in the seasons, you can, unlike a liquid foundation, I'm just going to take this label off the top. See, the beautiful thing about our setup is that if you're 2 shades, then instead of having to pour, you can just open them both up and dip.
Oh, cool. So they mix really well together.
Dip.
Love a double dip.
Double dip. So anyway, I've opened up beige 2 and beige 3, okay, from the beige section of the foundations. And I'm going to just try to color match you. So I'm going to dip the brush into the corner, pick up some powder. Can you see how much I picked up? I literally dipped it in the side and picked up the powder. And what is it, the word that you used earlier? The word that you used earlier was spread it around.
Yes, I want to see.
So no spreading. We're just releasing, dabbing, and pressing. Do you see that? Oh, one side turn. See, I'm just dabbing. No rubbing. No.
That's actually quite
spreading.
Nice.
Just dabbing.
Yeah, this is about the time that I'm painting with my liquid foundation. One of those.
I want you to please pick up this mirror and tell me what's going on.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Look at wow, the coverage is insane. Right? Look at both sides.
I mean, I think so, but God forbid I say anything because...
No, seriously.
You know,
and my skin doesn't look super matte. I was also expecting it to be very matte, obviously thinking powder. Okay, carry on.
With the beauty editor. So the question is are you a beige 1? Should I carry on with this shade or do we go a bit lighter? Can't tell in this light.
It is tough in the studio light.
I'm going to pick up then what I've decided to do as an expert here is I'm going to turn my brush and pick up a bit of beige 1 on the other side.
Let's compare.
And I'm just going to, I'm literally going to just carry on and see whether I think it looks about right. Have a look, turn. So that
you see
there,
this side
and the other one.
And
I think you're a beige 2. I think you're a beige 2, and I think that you could get a beige 1 as well, just for added, sort of shade, fluctuations. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I pinch the brush. So this is the 3-in-1 aspect, because our product is a foundation, a concealer, and a powder, all in one. So you don't have to use many different products. You can stick to one product, detox your makeup routine, make it easier on your life. I've pinched my flat blending brush. I've pinched it. I'm dipping the corner of it in, and I'm going under your eye. So where you might want more coverage under your eye, I'm just using the same product and dabbing down. My goodness. I haven't mixed, blended. I've just released.
So which shade have you done with this one? Was this
I've
one or 2?
done this with beige 1. Just to be
well, that makes sense, because with a concealer I would generally go for a lighter shade under my eyes.
Right, exactly. So I'm dabbing and slightly, and that's the beauty of this flat blending brush. It gives you the solidness of the dab, so it's got the solid top, but it's got enough movement to let you just gently move the product around. You can use your fingers as well if you want, but not necessary. Guys, I am so happy with that. I can't tell you.
Straight on, so you can literally see it's it actually looks like skin. I think that is the biggest takeaway for me, is that you can still see my skin through it.
Yes.
But it's just a lot more even skin tone, which is essentially what I want to use foundation for.
Exactly. What do you think? I think
you
you look amazing.
I love it. I really, really do. And I
Right?
don't feel dry.
Right?
It doesn't feel cakey. It actually feels super light.
Right. So, and what I want to add to that is you said, what about longevity? How long does it last? And I want to tell you that the longer you wear it, the better it's going to look. As in, can you imagine? You start off looking amazing and it's going to just continue looking more and more amazing as the day goes on. You'll see.
Wow, because it becomes more
It just
seamless to your
settles
skin.
down. It just settles down with the warmth of your skin, and it will just settle further and just keeps getting better and better.
Guys, what foundation gets better as the day goes on, right? That sounds too good to be true.
Right, so here we go. Let's do the other side. So you
Swivel
watching?
around for you.
Are you watching? Watch this. So just note the gentleness and calmness of the application. It's supposed to be enjoyable and easy. Yes, no drama.
Yeah.
No drama, no rubbing.
Oh, I'm guilty of all the rubbing.
No speed. Gotta just throw it on.
Well, that's it. This, any kind of beauty or makeup or skincare routine, it's all a moment for ourselves, right? So it should be enjoyable. It should be something that we feel like we're adding to ourselves, not necessarily hiding or covering up or taking away or doing in a rush because you can't leave the house without it. It's just a moment of calm, whether it's in the morning or before you go out at night.
Exactly. It's
to
supposed
just be
to
with
be
your
a
own
moment
thoughts.
of calm and enjoyment. And this is one of the most enjoyable. And doesn't it feel nice as well?
Feels really nice. That brush feels amazing.
Exactly.
Huh.
I'm so satisfied.
Look at me, now I look like you.
I'm so satisfied.
Beautiful skin.
What do you think?
Thank
So
you.
that was all beige 2. I didn't put
I think
one.
beige 2 is better for me.
Beige 2 is your shade.
I think so,
your
definitely.
Base shade, and then maybe in winter you might get a little lighter, and so you might need a beige 1. And then as the year progresses and the seasons change, you can go. I mean, if you go on holiday and you do some tanning, not that we do that.
Not our faces
anyway.
On
this planet
just not
anymore.
our faces.
Okay. So you might go up to a beige 3, but otherwise, I am absolutely. Look at the glow. Can you see the glow as well? There's no dry look. There's still glow. It's pure powder. We wiped the face on a clean face, and we've just applied gently, no rubbing, just gentle dabbing and moving the powder around.
I didn't believe that my skin would be glowy. I didn't believe you could put powder that is not a shimmery powder and you would get this kind of glow.
Amazing.
That's why I reach for a dewy liquid foundation, and why would I when I've got this as an option?
And as far as I'm concerned, this is the joy that we get every time we put the makeup on someone's face. So I'm really excited to hear you say that again. We're not in person in the US, so we don't have stores in the US, so we can't actually help you put the makeup on. So one of the things that I'm really passionate about is for you to realize that you don't need to apply it in the traditional makeup way. Just be gentle, don't rub, don't drag your skin, just dab down and be light. And where you want the most coverage, you dip and you put directly on the spot, on the under eye, on the rosacea nose, whatever it is that you've got, you go there first, release majority of the powder, and just then move around blending. So if you do that, you're going to have the best foundation you've ever used in your life.
Thank you. Okay, so now that I'm glowing.
Yes, you've been mineralized.
I've been mineralized. I love that. I just want to tell you guys, honestly, from a real life experience, I was very skeptical. And I've always been a liquid foundation girl. In fact, I'm the one that smears the most oils and whatever I can onto my face. Right. This does not feel drying or cakey or heavy, nothing. I have super sensitive skin. I struggle with eczema, and so now I'm beyond thrilled to hear that it's preservative free.
Yes.
And all you need to apply it is this tiny little amazing,
Yes.
well-formulated brush.
Yes.
So,
And look
guys,
at your skin. Look at that glow. Look at that glow. It
we
all
haven't
looks
done
evened
anything
out.
except the foundation. There's no highlighter, nothing. This is literally
no-
just the mineral powder.
What's that other thing? Concealer.
No concealer, that other thing.
Listen, we did a whole blog on please don't sell me another concealer. Because the thing about concealers is that people who don't like foundation, which is majority of us, are using concealers in place of foundation. And the problem is that if you've got a big spot here and you are using a concealer to cover it, then it's so difficult to blend it out.
Completely. It's more
Such a
just like a
mess.
beacon. Oh, look over here. You know, it's
Here,
an arrow.
I've got a
exactly.
spot. I've tried to cover it up.
Exactly.
Right.
So thank you. I am sold, and I am a beige 2. We have discovered today. And I will be a mineralized gal from now on. Thank you.
Yay, thank you. So, Sinead, now that we've discovered that you're a beige 2 and we put the beige 2 on and you've got like a blank canvas, my opinion is that as I see that you've got a lot of red undertones on your skin, I don't want to make you look redder or oranger. So I'm not going to, my opinion is to go for a bronzer, but not just the bronzer. I'm going to go for bronzer 1 on you, but not only am I, there we go, I'm going to go for bronzer 1 on you. With me, I use the large jumbo brush to apply other shades, but for you, because I don't want it everywhere, I want it quite specifically in place, I'm going to use our angled contour brush. It's a smaller brush, but not too small that, you know, it suddenly requires you to have major skill to use it.
Sure.
It's slightly angled. Can you see that? So it's got like a pointy top, it's got a pointy edge, and it's got a bit of an angled side, so it can be quite thin. So I'm going to use this brush with the bronzer 1. I'm going to dip into the corner and I'm going to put a little bit in the crease of your eye, just slightly at the top towards your hairline, and a very small amount on the sides of your face, just to give you a little bit more of a shadow, some kind of color, because I think that your undertone is enough of that blush.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sounds good.
Here we go. Here's bronzer 1.
I really like what you said previously about using contour and bronzers as a shadow, as opposed to
Yes, exactly. Well, that's
really
technically
harsh
what
angles.
they are anyway. So this is a brand new jar that I just took the top off. So I'm going to try to bring the product closer to the mesh. So I'm going to semi-close it and tap it down, because of course, just like the foundation, it's got a mesh and it's got a stopper, so you're not going to get all messy. And I'm going in with the corner of my angled. See that? See that? And I'm going to release first. Release where I want it. Yeah, just there. There's a lot more left on my brush and I don't want to overdo it. So I'm just letting it down. Hairline. Down the side. Now there's less. So I can start the movement. Start the blending. So the nice thing about this angled contour brush is that not only does it give you the pointy bit that allows you to be specific, but you can blend as well with it. So we call it the apply and blend all in one brush, you know, because it's all about ease of use. We want easy.
Honestly, the more multi-purpose the tools can be, the more they're likely to earn their spot in your makeup bag, right?
Exactly. Their living, breathing spot. Can't see. Can you see that? Can you see that? Yes. There you go. A little bit on the tip of your nose, a little bit there. And I might just add a little as a shadow
Now that is somewhere I have never put bronzer.
Mm-hmm. Multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-use powders. Just great for shadowing. And see, then you can go slightly up and push up into the ball of your cheek. Slightly like that.
Yeah,
How
just
does
that
that
little bit of
look?
warmth.
Mm-hmm.
Really natural.
Really natural. But in real life, I'm telling you, these studio lights are just
And really quick. Which way?
This way.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just want to add a little more. And then, of course, if you make a mistake, which is amazing, you would just take your flat blending brush and it's so blendable that you can just move the stuff around if you need to. I haven't made a mistake, though.
I trust you.
Ta-da!
Yeah, that's amazing. That is actually just what I needed to finish it off.
Yes. Or did you want a brighter lipstick? What do you think?
I always like a brighter lipstick.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I'll trust you on this one. I like this look. It's nice. It's natural. It's all new for me today with the powders. So why not go for a new lip
natural
too?
And it's glowing and you're going to enjoy it so much as the day progresses. You're just going to continue to bump into yourself in the mirror and go, oh my gosh, what's happened?
We all want to
Have
do
I
that.
had a tall glass of water? Have I had 8 hours sleep?
I wish.
That's how the minerals make you look. They make you look like you've been drinking water and have had 8 hours sleep, rested.
Healthy, good skin